This woman plays basically the only true female in the show of Dracula, a Comedy of Terrors. She's Lucy. We're talking Jordan Boatman. Jordan, how did you get into Dracula, a Comedy of Terrors?
Oh my goodness, what a whirlwind. I actually auditioned back in April of this year, so it feels like such a lifetime ago that I was going through that process. But I auditioned for Gordon and Steve, and Drew and Dane are fabulous producers, and went through the whole callback process, and actually got to meet Andrew and James, who are Dracula and Harker, Jonathan Harker, my two love interests. And their love interest as well. And so I got to meet them in that process. We're a little triangle, the three of us. So I got to meet them in that process, which was really exciting. I mean, even though at the time I didn't know that I knew it would be James because James was already Dracula. But I didn't know that it would be the three of us, but it was very exciting nonetheless. And it was one of my first audition experiences back in the room, one of the very few that I've done so far, post-COVID, being back in the room and not doing just self-tape. We self-taped the first round, and then the next 2-3 round of callbacks were in person, excuse me.
What had you done before Dracula?
I've done a little bit of a lot of things. I did a fantastic play called The Niceties a few years ago, with MTC and the Geffen Playhouse and the McCarter Theater Center, and the Huntington Playhouse. And I did Medea at Brooklyn Academy of Music right before the pandemic. I had a recurring part on The Good Fight. I also appeared in Bull on CBS last year, which was really, really exciting. So a little bit of everything. I've been around, picking and choosing.
Where did you come up with your character of Lucy? Who did you base it on?
Honestly, she's a lot of little things. I'm a big accent nerd, so I was so excited to get to be British for 6 months. So I really dove in I think that was my way in. I watched a lot of different movies. I watched, The Young Victoria. I watched A Room with a View. I watched The Sound of Music, everything. Anything that had a British accent or that took place in the Victorian era, I kind of watched, and she's an amalgamation of a lot of things. But and then I think a little bit of me, all the things that I love about England and about British accents and all the little things that I've wanted to do and I want to say and incorporate. So that was kind of my way in. And she just, I wanted her to be, I loved Lucy. I fell in love with her character in reading the show. So I wanted her to really be a real person or feel like a real person up on the stage. So yeah.
She does.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm very glad. But I wanted, so I went through the script. I've been through that script so many times, and just kind of I like to pick out, like, what does everybody say about Lucy? What does Lucy say about herself? What does Lucy say about the people that she loves? And kind of how does that form this world of these characters and this family, and these people who love each other. And so I think that was my way in, kind of just to build the person and think about who she is and what I would be thinking, what I would be doing, if I'd graduated from Oxford and got engaged and then couldn't find a job and then had this beautiful man come and try and sweep me off my feet. She goes through a lot. So I wanted her to be this real tangible person.
What's your favorite moment in the show?
Oh my gosh, good question. I have so many favorite moments. I love my first scene with Mina, my sister. Arnie Burt is such a genius. He's incredible, and he makes me laugh every day. So I think that she is Mina, the relationships in this play are really kind of what ground it. So I love the relationship between Mina and Lucy. I think that they're really close and they really love each other and they get each other, even though, Mina's a little kooky and Lucy's so different, but I think they take care of each other. And in this world of men telling them they can't do anything and can't do the things that they know very well they can do and maybe do better than most of the men. I think it's nice that they have that bond and that they have each other, excuse me. But that's one of my favorite parts. But I also love my nightgown scene with Dracula, where I get to just really go into the full ingenue, flying around the room, white train flying behind her. So that's always fun.
It's very much like you're doing the cover of a romance novel.
Yes. That's what I said when we did the first photo shoot, when we did the photo shoot with the pictures that have been circulating. I was like, James, I think we could be like, you're the Fabio and I'm the girl being hit by the wave.
Exactly.
Like that.
No, he does.
Exactly.
He reminds me of Fabio in that moment.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the wind and the sea and everything is just coming. Yes. Very romantic novel.
Yeah. And what would you like audiences to take away from Dracula?
I would like audiences to take away a lot of levity. I hope that they can come and laugh with us for 90 minutes. We have such a great time together. And if that can translate from the stage to the audience, I'll be really happy. I think the idea and the ability to be free and explore, and I think one of my favorite things about this manifestation of Dracula is that Jonathan goes out and explores, that Lucy takes steps to kind of figure out what it is that she wants with her life, and what in her life is not working, and how that can be fixed. And I think those two characters especially, but Dracula as well, I the idea for exploration, and the idea that finding your best self and finding the place where you are actually really meant to be is not a foregone conclusion. It doesn't have to be where you're standing right now, even if that feels like the right thing. And I think I know the scary thing is to go out and explore and try something new and pick it up and see what happens, and maybe fail, be open to failure. But I don't think that failure is the end all be all that we make it. I think that it is just a step to your next success. So I hope that people take a little bit of that, a little bit of bravery setting out into what they want to do. And really levity. I think, we as a community, we as a world have had such a difficult past 3, 4, almost 4 years now. That I love the idea that you can come into our theater and laugh for 90 minutes and see something silly and sweet and lovely and fun. And so I hope that can bring some joy to people. This play taking place in 1897, 1890, as we go along. These people we can see very clearly, in the case of my character, in case of Lucy, I can see very clearly the ways in which she can and cannot move. She's got to get married to this man. She has to be a wife. She has to be a mother. She's got to be the head of household. But then she's this woman who went to Oxford and got a degree in the earth sciences, and is adventurous and brave, and is braver than her fiance, as it seems, as it comes in, and he grows as well. Come see Dracula and see the rest. But at first sight has this bravery and has this joie de vivre and this drive for life to go out and seek these things. And so I think it's a great juxtaposition taking place in this time period where that's not what you expect from a woman.
Everybody go see Dracula, a Comedy of Terrors at New World Stages. You will love Jordan Boatman's performance. Thank you.
Thank you so much.